Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralise, and today we've got a review of Hirfah by Ahmed Al Maghribi. So I've looked at Ahmed Al Maghribi before. Super Fragrances Limited sent me a gift set of Bidden Essam and lots of samples, and I did a video of that which I'll put the link to. You can have a look at that, and in that, amongst those samples was this fragrance I'm about to talk about today. Now they sent me more samples and said pick one of the samples out, whichever one that you like, then we'll send you the full presentation and if I could do a review for them. So that's what I'm doing today, and this is the one which I liked amongst all those samples, and it's called Hirfah. And this is the box presentation. So it's black, it has got some, it's like a leaf that's in there, embossed into it. I like the silver with the name. It's an eau de parfum. It's a 75 ml, and then it's got like a silver on the bottom. And there you've got Ahmed Al Maghribi perfumes in the UAE. So Super Fragrances Limited, they're a company that operate from the UK. The website is superfragrances.co.uk, and they are the sole distributor in the UK for Ahmed Al Maghribi. Now, if you didn't watch my previous video, Ahmed Al Maghribi, they're basically a higher end Middle Eastern fragrance company. So you're talking more along the lines of Swiss Arabian, that sort of stuff. So absolutely stoked to give this a proper wearing. I did have the sample, and that's the reason why I went for it. So at the moment, for this, you can only get it from superfragrances.co.uk. Other countries, it might differ. You can probably get it straight from Ahmed Al Maghribi if you live in the Middle East. In America, I'm not so sure. Maybe have a look on eBay. I'm not sure whether they're going to be distributing it to there. It might be worth giving them an email and finding out. So normally this fragrance goes for £69.99, and at the moment it's on the website. They've got a discount on and it's £45. So at the time of filming, it was £45. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, you need to check and have a look at the prices. And this is the presentation for it. Look at this. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's so unique. Looks very different to anything that I've seen before. I love like the silver around the top. It's got the Ahmed in the top, which I love. And then you've got silver base. There is a little bit of writing on the back. So it is quite plasticky, but it still feels good quality and it looks amazing. So the way that they've done this, it's like a gem in the top, or it looks like a gem. So I think that's a really nice touch. It's a quite light and plasticky sort of lid. The sprayer on it is amazing. Just look at that, that's just amazing. And the smell, let me tell you, I'm absolutely in love with it. So the note breakdown for this, on the website, all it says is top fruity, the heart floral, and the base woody. So I wouldn't have known anything else other than that, apart from I've had the sample before. And in the sample, it gives you the note breakdown. So in the top, you've got sweet lime, lavender and green apple. In the heart, you've got healing wood, which I think is Palo Santo, geranium, pine and magnolia. And in the base, you've got amber, musk, sandalwood, oud and patchouli. So as you can see, it's quite a mix of different things put together. Straight away, the lime interested me. Some of the other notes like lavender and apple, straight away really interested. And then mixing it with your ambers and your sandalwoods and your ouds and patchoulis, you're thinking, well, is this going to be a light fragrance or is it going to be a dark fragrance? But we'll go into that at the end. What I'll do first, I'll just go through a few little things about it. So first of all, Originality. It's different to anything I've ever smelled before. I don't think it's a copy of anything. I think all of Ahmed Al Maghribi's fragrances are originals. I could be wrong, but all of the samples that I've tried, and I've tried about 10, 15 samples, there's none of them which I can say smell like something else. So they all are original fragrances, which I think is great. Is it linear? Well, it does change over time, although there's certain notes which stay with the fragrance through the length of it. Projection, you're talking, this is beastly. It's 2 to 3 hours projection quite easily. Longevity, 8 hours plus. Guaranteed, it's just going to keep on banging out. And you have to be careful how many you spray because you could choke people out with this. Even though they've got some light notes at the top and fruity notes, some of the base notes could choke people out. Who to wear it? Well, I'd say it's more of a masculine fragrance. Any age, I would say. I think it's what you would class as like a signature sort of fragrance. It's something that all ages could wear, but also any time of the year. That's the sort of fragrance it is. So when to wear it, like I said, summer is probably the main time to wear it, but I think spring and autumn you could get away with this, and even in the winter, it'd be nice to, I mean, I've been wearing it in the winter and I absolutely love it because you've got the freshness in the opening, but the base and the mid, it's just a wonderful array of notes which mix together and just give it a real nice depth. Compliments, I would say it's bound to garner compliments. I've already had 2 compliments, albeit one of them being the wife, but she very rarely nowadays says, oh, what you got on, that's nice. So when she does, it's always a bonus. And it is the sort of thing which is going to garner your compliments, like I say. It's because of that freshness, it's going to appeal to people that like the fresher scents, the fruitier scents, and also the deeper scents. It's got a mix of everything in there. So my overall thoughts on this, and I would say it's quite a fruity frag. You got lime and apple with being the standout notes, I think, in the fragrance. Mix that with a lavender and like a white musk, and also some ambroxan which is in there, and it really lifts and pushes the fragrance. So it's one of those that's going to just keep on projecting. So it's got some nice florals in there without any of them standing out. I don't think there's any floral that I could probably pick out from it. I know I've listed the notes so I can see what's in there, but none of them stand out for me. There's a bit of greenness to it, which I think is coming from the pine, although I can't say that I actually smell pine. And the greenness doesn't dominate, it's just there in the background. You got a base of sandalwood and patchouli, which are the main ones that I can pick out. I don't particularly pick up the oud, maybe a slight touch. And that stops it from being like a boring freshie. It basically gives the fragrance a lot more depth. So it's bright, it's fresh, yet it performs well and it has depth. What more could you ask for in a fragrance, I ask you? So is it a hit or miss? So for me, it's a big hit for me. I'm really enjoying it, and that's one of the reasons why I asked for this, because I love the sample. So I think that's a better way of doing things. And people send you samples, a mix of samples, and then say, pick one of these to review. I think that's a great way of doing it, because you're going to pick out the ones that you really like. And I absolutely love this. Is it worth the money? I think it's not cheap. £45 I think is more what I would pay for it. I don't think I would pay the normal going rate of like £70. But then again, when you compare it to some designers, which they're asking for more than that for something which hasn't got as much to it as what this fragrance has, then it really is good value for money. So that's it for me. Have you tried any from this house? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to keep those recommendations coming in. Always happy to get recommendations. I know a few people have emailed me lately with some recommendations, and that's been great. Been looking and exploring. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. And if I don't see you before, have a nice Christmas. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.